Drew Neiser here with another Tuesday tip. My guest is Anthony Kennada, the CMO of Front and former CMO of Gainsight, which just sold for like $1 billion+ to Vista. Anyway, they created a category there. So this is going to be about how do you create a category. So Anthony, give us one tip for how to create a category.
Yeah, the first tip is find a marginalized persona or a buyer potentially that no one is paying attention to in a meaningful way.
And I love that. And then, by the way, that's such a fundamental marketing idea. It's like find an underserved target and help them, help them, full stop. Okay, so what's number two?
Number two is how can you then serve them and help them? Well, deploy your content marketing programs to help educate them, not just on why this category matters, but how to do the work and get.
Interesting. Okay, so we find this underserved group, then we create a lot of content. Now there's so much content out there. How do you make sure that this content is actually of value?
I would go beyond just the basics of blogs and all of that. I mean, that's really important from an organic search perspective, so I'd still do it. But I would think about more digital media means, podcasts, videos. What are the different ways that we're consuming content in our personal lives, and how can you use that to really break through the noise?
Okay, so those are two. We've got persona, highly defined target. We're delivering all sorts of interesting content. What's tip number three?
Tip number three is now as folks are starting to engage with your content, there's an opportunity to facilitate a community amongst them. And so develop a influential brand that is creating a sense of belonging by bringing these folks together, whether virtually like we did in 2020, or hopefully, back together in person when we're allowed to do it in a healthy and safe way.
I love the term community and it's used a lot, but what does it really mean? I mean, how do we know when we have a community? What does a behavior look like?
I think it's when people who hadn't previously known each other are coming together with a shared cause. So whether that's because we are customer success professionals or marketers or whatever we are, and through that are able to build a relationship, get educated, and excited about kind of the path forward.
And one of the other things that came up in the podcast, which by the way, we recorded, is that you not only created good content for them, but you also created a job board and a certification program, which really reinforces it, because once someone gets certified in your category for your product, you've sort of done a double whammy there. Talk about the power and the value of both certification and the job board.
Well, the idea is we don't want to just be a technology product. We want it to be a strategic partner, and we want it to sort of do life with people in the profession. And so as we think about the spectrum of how we do that, education and career resources are a big part of our work. And we thought that we had an opportunity to help build a bridge there, help kind of service that, and help folks kind of self-actualize in their careers through programs that we were creating.
So I'm going to wrap this up, this Tuesday tip, but there's a reason why I wanted to focus on this. Is a big pivot. And if you're looking for a way to differentiate your brand, one way to do it is by creating a new category, because you're the one who's driving those parameters with your customers. So you're creating content that help them do their jobs better. It's informed by purpose. And then once you get there, you have a category when a competitor starts using your language, and the analysts say, hey, you're a category. Anyway, Anthony, thank you so much for today's Tuesday tip.
Thanks, Drew.
All right, there's your Tuesday tip. We're out.